Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining me here. This is your another reading. This is like in-depth monthly reading. So I'm gonna be getting the major arcana, some animal spirits, and some oracle card to get the overall energy that's gonna be coming to your way, or you have already been dealing with it. And then I'm gonna be using multiple tarot deck to delve deep into it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Judgment. Wow. All right. Wake up call, realizing where you need beaver. Okay, one more, where you need to make certain changes, significant changes, putting yourself in a very objective perspective, not letting your emotion or subjective feelings coming into your way when you are making this decision. When you are looking, you are kind of distancing yourself from yourself to see the whole picture, what you did, what other people did. It's like a very objective look on things. And I feel like the beaver, I love this card. Look at this face. And I feel like whenever you are gonna do that, you're gonna be a little shocked. You're gonna be coming to a understanding that you knew before you couldn't have, about what role you played, what you did, or what this situation is truly about. What I don't know what the situation is overall right now, but this is the energy. You're gonna be feeling like, oh my god, is this what I have been dealing with? Is this what's really going on under my nose? Like, not like in a deception way, but it feels like there's something that you have been dealing with, but you did not have the clear idea of what you are actually dealing with, or what this situation entails. But with the beaver and the judgment back to back, I feel like you're gonna come to an understanding of what the situation is truly is about. And the buffalo, wow, water and earth. Yeah, and you are gonna take stand. You're gonna take stand, even if you find that you are the one who, maybe some picture won't be nice. Maybe you will find something that it actually maybe something that at your fault, and but you're gonna take the responsibility, and you're gonna approach it with some kind of very strong spiritual consciousness. With the buffalo and beaver, both of them are very, they know what it means to be responsible for your own activity, for your own actions. So there is a certain sense of taking like, not like, oh, it's not mine, it's they did that, oh, it's not me, it's the surroundings, oh, it's not me, it's the society. Like, you can always put the blame, you can always put the fingers on others, but what about you? And I feel like with this, it's gonna be come you are gonna come to a realization, and you are gonna take the responsibility of your own part in it, and you are gonna do it with dignity and very straightforward way, very, like, no hesitation, no meekness. It's like a very straightforward, okay, this is what I did, this is what went wrong maybe, but yeah, this what it is, and can we work on it, and how can I work on it and bring some improvement to the situation. That's what I'm feeling like, the overall energy. Yeah, the keys to the trees, the keys on the trees. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna find some solutions. You're gonna find some solutions. Like, you are not gonna be stuck in this thing. You are gonna get this epiphany, you are going to get this understanding, you are going to get this realization. It's not going to be all pretty and rosy, the realization. It can shock you that, oh my god, I did play this part. It's not that I can just blame on everybody else other than myself. I need to take responsibility on my own actions. That kind of things, buffalo with the going with this with confidence, going with this with, straightforwardness. Okay, this is, like really taking control of the situation. And with the 4 and 9, which is like 13, 13 broken down to 4. 4 is all about family, all about emotion. So I feel like this is something to do with your emotional investment, whether in your own life or whether in another life, whether in a relationship, whether in family. But it has something to do with how you show up when it comes to in relation to emotion, in relation to relationship, in, like closeness, those kind of things. So it could very well be, as I'm gonna get more cards, it can very well be a relationship based reading. I don't know that yet, but let's see what we have. Okay, so oh, we got two cards: Queen of Pentacles and Five of Cups. Okay, all right. One more card. High Priestess. Oh my god, like I said, lot of knowing is happening. Lot of knowing is happening here. With the Queen of Pentacles right under the Judgment card, I feel like, look at this card. This person is very content. This person is really closing their eyes and really understanding the situation the way it is, without letting this situation be clouded with their prejudice prejudice towards themselves, and any kind of pity, self-pity, or those kind of things. So I feel like that with the Judgment, that's what you are coming to understand. You are coming to understand, and you are trying to be very grounded, very objective, very realistic, very practical about it. Like I said, you are not letting your emotion, biased emotion, cloud your judgment. You are being very practical about it, like what I did, what they did, and how I played a role in this situation, how they played the role in a situation. You are being very objective. Like I said in the beginning, that you are kind of putting yourself outside of yourself and trying to see the things from the very objective perspective. With the Queen of Pentacles, I really feel like that you are trying to be very, and it's also like, you are coming from a place of compassion, place of compassion, because in order to be truly objective, one has to be very compassionate. Otherwise, it's like, in order to detach oneself from oneself, it's a huge deal of compassion that's need to take place in order to do that. It's not very easy to detach ourselves from ourselves, because we are so ingrained to see things from ours only perspective. So it's very, without compassion, it's very hard to put in other people's shoes and really understand the situation from both sides. And with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, because you are not playing games here, you want stability in your life, and you want to bring harmony and stability in this situation, whatever the situation you are dealing with. And you are going to take this kind of and that's where the Judgment is coming. That's where the, understanding of the whole situation is coming, because you are getting into this kind of very practical, objective sense of being. And the Five of Cups right under the Buffalo, and that's, I think that's where you are going to come to an understanding that you have a tendency of self-pity. You have a tendency of, oh, nothing gonna work out, everything gonna go waste, oh, relationship is not meant for me, happiness is not meant for me. It's all about like nihilism. It's like, I'm not gonna get into philosophy, but I'm very interested in philosophy. But this people often get into nihilism without really understanding what really Nietzsche actually talked about. But it's like that kind of very popular idea of nihilism, that nothing, everything is disposable, everything, it comes from a self-hatred, and that self-hatred, it also comes from a sense of self-loathing, and that's what you are going to understand in this whole process, that you have a tendency to, like look at this, ditch the cup, of emotion into the, you know black hole or something, because you feel like nothing gonna happen, nothing is good in this world, everything is disposable, if nobody means nothing, there is no justice, there is no, like all those kind of negative things. But like negative things is, those are the crisis. We all have to have crisis in our life in order to really feel charged to do it. If we get everything in life, then what's the point of living, what's the point of doing anything? Crisis needs to happen, but how you view the crisis, not in a nihilistic way, but negative nihilistic way, but take it as a chance to improve on it, take it as a chance to change it. Be, that's the what the buffalo is coming, taking this charge of spiritual charge towards this five of cups kind of mentality, lack mentality, like always gloom doom, like nothing happened to me, nothing good happens to me, I am the always like victim mentality. That's you are going to understand when you get into this objective mode, if you, that's the thing, the Queen of Pentacles is very significant here, because if you don't be the objective, if you don't take the objective position, you will never understand this kind of cycle that you repeat, because you are so much in touch with your emotion in there negatively, that you don't see the whole picture, how you react to the situation. The moment you are going to close your eyes and kind of detach yourself for your, like a disembodied experience, then you're gonna realize that how you don't take chance, those cups, those there are good things around you, there are always good things around you, it's not always darkness is a part of light. But if you only see darkness and bleakness, then it's, there is no place for light then. That's you are going to realize that how you approach life is kind of come from a very bleak and kind of, to be honest, kind of entitled position, like, oh, I'm not going to get anything, like how you feel that you're not going to get anything, how you feel like you are not, oh, I'm the always victim, because you put yourself in such a position, you feel like that everything has to be given to you without really fighting for it. That's like a entitlement kind of mentality. So you are going to understand that, even though I know it may come harsh to you as I'm saying it, but it's not harsh, you all go through these phases, there is nothing negative about it. We are not perfect, nobody is perfect, but understanding where the problem lies, where the root cause of the problem, that's the major thing to. And like that, the keys of the trees, like I said, that you are going to find the keys, and that's how the high priestess is coming. Look at this person is all aligned, the crown chakra, throat chakra, vision, like the what is the third eye chakra, all is like that kind of aligned, because you are really understanding that, look at this, I don't know how clearly you can see this card, these all chakras are kind of lighten up with the white light, which is like a pure white light, like when there is no bias, when the light is coming through as it originates, like there is no prism to refract the light, it's like coming as it originated, like it's like a directly getting the understanding from the origin, from the divine, from the universe, from the nature, from yourself, from within. That's what high priestess is. And that's during that process you are going to get to understand that what you need to do, because you are going to keep yourself, you are going to see yourself as an objective being. You are not going to let your emotional bias to play a role in this. And the moment you detach that, moment you declutter this emotional chaos, you are going to see where the actual truth is, and that's what the high priestess is. I don't think I need any layer on this. I'm just going to get to the next layer of cards. Too many. Seven of Pentacles. See a lot of Pentacles energy coming through. It's like this, like, earthy energy can, it's a little, I mean, people say air people are detached, yes they are, because they are mental faculty, but I feel like earth energy, they really understand, you know the importance of matter in its own way. I hope I make sense. Like earthy earthy element, they don't try to alter things for their own benefit. They try to accept things the way they are. Like if because that's what the practicality comes. That's what the really understanding the matter in its optimum way. And Seven of Pentacles right under Queen of Pentacles is like you are understanding the importance of accepting things the way they are, loving someone the way they are. I know it sounds cliche, but it's very true, and it's very, very hard to do. And you are understanding how this nourishment and nurturing quality is very beneficial for you to be objective. Otherwise, you can get entangled with this. Oh, but my needs are not fulfilled. But what about me? But earthy nature is like really that's why they take time, because they really try to understand a person or a nature or a matter in its own element. That's very earthy element. That's how I predict earthy element. Ace of Pentacles, look at this, how many pentacles are coming on the Five of Cups. Yeah, you are really focusing on this objectivity and nourishment here. And you are, hold on, I'm gonna get deep into this, but I need another card here. King of Pentacles, like right, okay, this is beautiful, beautiful. I don't have any earth on my chart, but that's why maybe I really resonate with earthy energy, because I have to work extra hard to get to understand of that energy. Like Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles, right under, once you understand this, once you understand where the problem lies, this is, once you understand this row is, this is the overall energy, right? This is like a spiritual download. Then you go into your own mode to understand where the problem is. Now, the next step is how you are going to approach. Now you know where the problem is in your life, where you are not getting into this kind of always feel this lack, always feel rejected, always feel this exhausted, drained energetically. Why? Because that constant Five of Cups kind of mentality that everything, nothing gonna happen, relationship is not for me, love is not for me, what is love? It's all gonna go vain, everything ends in the same way, everybody is the same way, all this kind of negative feelings, right? Then you are getting into your own chakra to understand the truth. Once you understand where the problem lies, once you understand the Five of Cups mentality is your problem, being an objective perspective, having an objective perspective, bringing this kind of knowledge, and now you're trying to understand how you can approach this so that you don't have to have this Five of Cups kind of mentality all the time. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like a nourishment. It's like really taking the other person, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, or in general, life in general, like taking the other person for their own value. Not immediately judge them. Try to understand where they're coming from. Try to take some time to understand their point of view. Whether you agree and disagree, obviously you can. You don't have to sweep your opinion just to fit in others people's feet. But understanding where they're coming from, that gives you compassion, energy, that gives you this sense of understanding of the overall picture without creating a lot of chaos in your head. Because when you don't understand the whole picture, it creates all this kind of chaotic thought entrapment, because then you don't know, because your emotional bias kind of take place. And Seven of Pentacles is saying no, just nourish that understanding of the another human being or another situation. And Ace of Pentacles right under the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, I really feel like that you are trying to turn this lack mentality into have mentality. Like lack mentality into the I have, which is like a very Taurian slogan, like Taurus thrive on I have, which is like whatever I have, that defines me. So you are trying to understand that instead of I don't have it, oh I'm not gonna get it, oh nobody gonna love me, everything is disposable, everything gonna go away. It comes from this self-loathing attitude. You are turning into a self-having attitude. Oh, I have this wonderful person in my life, I have my family, I have education, I have this, I have that, I have so many things that so many other people do not have the chance to have it, but I have it. How I'm going to utilize that? I have all this emotion, I have love, I have creativity, I have talent, I have artistic mind, I have this, I have that. How I'm gonna turn this into something so that I can benefit for it, not only I but the overall humanity can benefit from this kind of turning the lack mentality into have mentality with Ace of Pentacles, because you are trying to focus on right now not that is everything is disposable, but everything whatever you have, it can be reusable. You know what I'm trying to say? So you are just changing your point of view and perspective, and that's going to change the whole scenario. And then you are going to feel like, look at this, the moment you change your perspective from lack to have, all of a sudden you are King of Pentacles. All of a sudden you realize not only you have one pentacles, you have so many things around you, you have so many good things around you that is actually beneficiary, that is actually for your own benefit, for your own development, for your own enlightenment. So those kind of understanding, it's just a matter of switching the perspective. That's why it is judgment, because judgment always happens suddenly, because it's something beyond your control. Judgment happens, it's like almost like epiphany, like aha moment, like eureka, like who was that? Who was what's the name of the scientist? Shit. Do you remember that? It's like he's like Archimedes. Yes, he was like a mathematician. He was taking a bath in his bathtub or whatever. Like in that era, I don't know whether they used to have bathtub, but whatever. He was taking a shower and he was like fully nude, and all of a sudden he realized this Archimedes, the flow and the law of flotation, like how things float on the water. I don't want to I don't want to sound too geeky. Oh my god. Anyway, so that eureka, all of a sudden something hits your mind and you feel like, okay, it doesn't, maybe you have been trying to, he has been trying to understand that for years, and all of a sudden he was in the bath, and all of a sudden everything came clear to him, and he's like, he really like ran into the neighborhood complete naked and shouting eureka eureka, because he found that things that he had been searching. That's what judgment is. It's like all of a sudden this clarity, this truth hits you, and all of a sudden this lack mentality turns into have mentality, and you realize that there's so many things that you have around you that you have no reason to feel like that nothing good gonna happen to you, no love not gonna come to you, nobody can love you, everything gonna destroy it, because in past that happened because you created that energy. I'm not saying it's all on you, obviously the other person has to be in a low vibration as well, but the thing is, it's like you create whatever you put it in. If you're constantly thinking that it's not gonna work, it's doomed, everything gonna go bad, of course your action gonna be followed by that energy, which is only create more domino effect of negativity. So the moment you turn that lack in mentality to have, all of a sudden you realize that there's so many things that you can do, there are so many people around you that who truly value the way you are. Okay, hold on, this is nice. Okay, let's get another layer. Why not? It's going. I hope you can see this new card. Okay, let me create more space for you. I'm not gonna take it. Daughter of Swords. Now some mind faculty is coming. Daughter of Swords. The World. Beautiful. And the Father of Cups in reverse. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Daughter of Swords, which is like a Page of Swords. I feel like that you are putting that swords down here. I don't think, like before it was like a very cold energy you have been embodying, like everything based on like, swords, and especially page of swords, because they are not really understanding the whole conception of knowledge very clearly. They just take, they read something here, they read something there, they observe a little bit, and oh, that's what happens in the world. They may be, yeah, you may be reading some kind of articles where everything, how relationship is shitty, or maybe you see your friends that how things are all shitty in the world, and you take this as a face value, and and then everything, then it backfires on you and make you, because you're very sensitive, and it backfires on you and you make feel like, oh my god, everything is shitty in this world, nothing gonna change, all this kind of thing. The back, daughter of sword, in when you, the swords are, you are, you see that this owl is all about wisdom, and they're not holding the swords like up, like the, very erect, it's like putting it down, it's like that they're trying to understand that it's not about what you hear here and there in a popular culture. It's not what it is. You need to understand by really understanding how it is, by understanding the relation, by understanding what these things are, by understanding the detail of these things. You cannot just judge things on the on the surface level, like a page of swords, like, like how can I, like maybe you are going through someone's social media or whatnot, and having a perception about themselves, but you don't know what kind of performance, what kind of mask that person is putting out there in their public life. So if you are judging that person from that perspective, that means your whole perception of that person is completely flawed. That's what page of swords is, because they don't have much of faculty to understand the knowledge in a depth way, so they kind of take whatever they see on the surface, and that can create this kind of lack mentality in you, and you are understanding that. And because, in order to really understand one person, in order to really understand the situation, you need to understand their ins and out, otherwise it's very surface level knowledge which can create a lot of confusion. And the world, here you are with this ace of pentacles, like I said, you are turning this lack mentality into have mentality, and then the world appears. Then you feel like that everything is coming together, everything is as it's supposed to be. There is no, like, yeah, there is sorrow, there is pain, there is darkness, there is injustice in this world, but those are, those are also our responsibility to make things right, to outgrown those kind of negativity. And that's what the world comes into. World is, what is world is encompass, it's like a income, like it's come bringing all this different kind of faculty, whether mind, air, like mind, emotion, earth is like practicality, feasibility, and then fire, spirit, all these things comes together, then the world is created. World is created in 4 or 5, ether. If you take element, what is that means? That means that when everything comes together, so you see all these different aspect of your being, all this thing, not only just focusing on a negativity, but negativity is there so that there can be positivity. Positivity is there so that we can also see the shadow side of the positivity. Everything is complementary. You are understanding that fundamental rhythm of life with this world card. The moment you're gonna turn this lack mentality into have mentality, it's a very spiritual, actually, it's a very spiritual reading. And then the father of cups in reverse, father of cups in reverse with the king of pentacles, I feel like you are not letting your emotion to guide you, like impulse emotion. Father of cups can be very, but that is interesting, because father of cups usually very much, they are very mature emotion, they are not like not like, but you are coming as, why this, okay, let me see, why this father of pain. But here it feels like that your emotion is not really balanced, you are going on, but I don't think that's your energy. There is something going on there, hold on. Because when you have king of pentacles, and after coming together, this, you cannot be emotionally imbalanced, that's not possible. So why this father of cups in reverse? Let me see. Look at this. We got hermit and the ace of cups. Okay, that's why the father of cups in reverse, because Father of Cups is can be, because Father of Cups is, or King of Cups, the any kind of king suit, they are like very in control. So you are not controlling. Maybe so far you have been trying to gain control over the situation by controlling your emotion, by controlling how you truly feel, by controlling your sensitivity, your intuition. But now you are not doing that. You are letting that fall, letting that go. And because you are embracing the inner knowledge, and when you go inner knowledge, when you turn on that inner knowledge with High Priestess and the Hermit, all you can see that there's so much love that you have inside. But you have been deceiving yourself because you have been guided by all this superficial knowledge and like you see somebody, you see your friends or somebody, in colleagues or whatnot, and you see that they always talk negative about love. There is something negative going on because they are not understanding the positivity in life, and you took them as a face value because you are a very sensitive person. So, and then it created this kind of negative repercussion in within you. But now, as you are letting that go, you are actually understanding that there is so much love that you hold inside that you never really see before, because it was always covered up with this Five of Cups kind of mentality. Nothing gonna happen, nothing good gonna happen to me, I am always rejected, like a self-pity, like a self victim mentality that has been crowning your energy for so long. But now with this, because you are not holding back your emotion, you are not holding back your sensitivity feelings, and the moment you really embrace, really open that door of feelings, really open that door of true emotion, all you can see that you have love, you have true love for yourself, you have true love for others, you really value human connection, you really value the importance of human compassion and caring. And this is that kind of love. And if it is a relationship, it is pertaining to a particular person, take it as it resonates, then you realize that how much love you hold for them, even though maybe you did not. With the Father of Cups, being there upright, now it's reversed, but before it was upright, right? So before it, because you did not had that eureka moment, you always hold back this emotion. But now, once you let that go, you feel like how much care, how much deep emotion, true love, soul kind of bonding that you really hold for this person. And if it is not person, then you have this so much love inside you that you can share. Maybe you will find some person to share with, all this kind of, we don't have to talk about what's going to happen, but this is the energy that you already have. So you're going to see that there is a whole new world that reside within you that couldn't be seen by you because it has been covered, it had been locked by this kind of Five of Cups kind of mentality. But now the High Priestess, when you go inside, and the Hermit, the inner knowledge, both intuitively and both rationally, you unlock the door and you see nothing but love within you. And it's really really beautiful that how much compassion, how much care for the world, how much care for the people that you really hold. You have a golden beautiful heart that you realize. Okay, Sagittarius, I think that's it. I hope you get something out of it, and I hope you have a wonderful month ahead, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye bye.